How do you know what direction you should take? I get asked this a lot. People tend to know what they want in their life generally, but when you ask them specifically, they're really kind of fuzzy on that. Where do I want my life in, where do I want to be in 5 years or 3 years or even a year or even 6 months? People go, well, gosh, I want to be happier. I want to be more peaceful. I'd like to have more money. I'd like to have a better relationship. All very good things, but they're all very general. What you need to do if you really want to get focused is to create a vision of where you'll be in a year or 3 years or 5 years. And what I mean by a vision, you need to be able to see it clearly in your mind. I need to be able to see myself in the home that I want to have, with the people surrounding me that I want to have in my life, with the things that I would really like to have, and specifically, what kind of a car is it? Is it a Porsche? Is it a Prius? Whatever it is for you, just think about what that thing is that you want in your life. And it should be clear enough in your mind, this vision, that you can actually see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can touch it, you can hear it. What are people saying around you about your life and about the things you've accomplished, about who you are? It should be a very clear thing. So if you know that you want to create a life that has affluence, or at least security and stability, then that's what you need to see. So get a real strong, clear vision. What do I want to have in my life? Where do I want to be? Who's in my life? How am I feeling about that? So get it very clear, and that's one of the very first things you need to do before you do anything else. Have a clear vision. Just don't let the world blow you around. How can you figure out what you're doing right and what you're doing that holds you back? We all get in our own way from time to time. Actually, we all get in our way more often than not. But we also do things that are really good and really right. So how do you know what's right and what's not? It comes back to a couple of different things we've talked about. One of the things is look at what you're doing, and does it feel like it's moving in the direction of your vision? If it is supporting where you want to be, then it's probably in the right direction. If it's taking you off in a direction that seems counter to what you really want to create in your life, then it's probably not the right thing to do. It sounds kind of simple, but if you can keep this measuring tool in place in your life on an ongoing basis, it makes all your decisions much more clear. So what are the values that I have? What are the beliefs that I have? And these beliefs and values should be driving you toward that vision. And then look at what's happening in your life. Look at what you've done and see, okay, when I do this, does it move me in that direction, or does it stall me out? Example, the people that I hang out with, whenever I'm around them, am I fulfilled and moving in the direction of my dreams? When I'm around them, am I dragged away into something that's non-productive or unhealthy or in some direction that I really don't want to go? So look at the patterns of your friends, look at the patterns of your interactions, your relationships. Look at the decisions you make about money. Is it moving in the right direction? Are you deep in credit debt, or are you kind of flush with cash with very little debt or no debt? Are you debt free? Are you over maxed on your house, or are you living in a good, reasonable house for your income? So look at the patterns in your life. What decisions are you making? Is it going to move you toward where you need to go? So make a little list. What decisions have I made that got me in the direction of my vision? By the way, you need to do the vision. That's a different video. Make sure you watch that. But what things have I done in the past year that have driven me in the direction that I want to go? What have I done in the last year that has pulled me away from that direction, got in my way, or created an obstacle to creating what I want in my life? So do that kind of a balance sheet and find out what's the liability and what's the asset. So you can change your patterns, but you can't change them until you know what they are. So decide what they are, figure them out, and make better decisions. Is there a tool or technique you can use to figure out why things happen the way they do? There's a tool that I'm going to suggest you think about starting to use. It's called the 5 whys. So if I'm trying to figure out what happened with this problem, whatever this problem might be, I'm going to say, why did this happen? And then when I get the answer to that question, I'm going to say, well, why did that happen? And I'll get the answer to that question. I'll say, well, why did that happen? I'm going to do this iteration 5 times. It's called the 5 whys. So I got into an argument with my friend. Well, why did that happen? Well, I was upset before I talked to him. Well, why were you upset? Well, I was upset because I thought that this person was really trying to cause problems in my life. Well, why did I think they were trying to cause problems in my life? Well, because when they were talking to my other friend, they said that I didn't do something that they wanted me to do. Well, why did they probably tell my friend that? Well, because I think when I talked to him last week, I said I was going to do something that was really important and I let him down. Oh, okay, well, maybe it's my fault. So just keep asking those questions, those deeper and deeper layers. You need to make sure you're asking deeper questions and don't get in a circle, because you can just reinforce your own delusions. But it's the 5 whys. It's a very good tool. It's a very good decision-making tool. Once you start to learn it, you can apply that to a lot of different things in your life. Very useful tool. How can you discover what is holding you back from what you really want? Good question. There's a tool that I use with my clients and my people I help out. It's called the force field analysis. And think about all the things that are driving you to change or driving you to the vision or the future that you want. So get a piece of paper out, write all those things down. Actually, make a line right down the middle of the paper. And on one side of the paper, write down forces resisting or forces driving toward change. All the things that are driving toward change. So you're going to list all those things. So if I want to be happier and healthier, what is driving you to that? Don't just say I want to be happy, but I want to have stability and security for my children. I want to have more time to spend with the ones I love. I want to do something I'm more passionate about. These are things you want to think about what's driving me to make this thing happen. On the other side of this sheet, what I want you to write down are forces that are pushing back or resisting that change. So if I'm passionate, I want to do something I'm passionate about, but on the other side, the pushing back is I'm fearful of doing something new. That would go on this side. Other things that might be resisting, pushing back or resisting your change toward where you want to get to would be don't have the resources, don't have the skill or knowledge, whatever it might be for you. Just brainstorm all those things. So it's called force field analysis. Take some time and do that. Can you show me a way to build a plan to get where I want to go and create the results I want? Yes, we can. Takes a little longer than I have in this video, but I want to give you a tool to start helping that out. It's called a gap analysis. A gap. So you want to figure out what the gap is between your current reality, what you're currently experiencing, what's true for you right now, and the difference between that and your desired future. What do I want to have happen in the future? What kind of life do I really want? It could be in a year, 3 years, 5 years. So really do some documentation. Take out 2 pieces of paper, write current reality, write all the things that you know about your life right now as they exist, positives and not so positives. Then refer to the other video we talked about that you may get or you already watched called about visioning, and create the vision of your desired future. How do you want your life to be? What relationships do you want? How much money do you want to have? What is your lifestyle? So that's your desired future. So look at the current reality, what you have, compare that with your desired future, and then take a third piece of paper and say, okay, what would I have to do? What would have to occur to make this current reality transition into my desired future? Gather more skills, gather more resources, whatever that might be, have a better community support. You'll be able to figure out what that is once you have your current reality and your desired future laid out in front of you. It'll become somewhat more apparent about what you need to do to bridge that gap. That's why it's called gap analysis.